Hi, everybody. Welcome to what is a very pleasant Monday. We are certainly in a cool down mode from the hot weather we had last Friday into Saturday. We have some nice weather coming up real quick. Another salute, if you will, to the Northern Lights. These photos mostly from last Friday, how amazing it was. And just to illustrate you in Oregon, we had plenty of good pictures down in the Salem. Julie on the left, Bill on the right, passing along those gorgeous photos. We talked about this in my last video, that historically large sunspot leading to the solar activity that gave us the light show. Somewhat on Saturday, there were pictures, but most of the activity people saw was on Friday. Camus, Sandy, and then Casey, I believe, lives in Oregon, but was traveling in Arkansas and showed that picture just to illustrate that, at least in my lifetime, I think it's fair to say, again, this was the largest widespread showing of Northern Lights in our country. East to west and all the way down into Arkansas, and even reports in Tennessee and farther to the south. It was really, really amazing. I want to get going into our weather. Again, I'm meteorologist Rod Hill, coming to you from the Portland, Vancouver area and covering Oregon and touching up into Seattle as well. My sponsor is the Momentous Wealth podcast. You can find this on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. This is Todd Pisarcek's team putting together this podcast for investing education, basically, for retirement or other purposes. His company is Momentous Wealth Management. You can find a link to his website on my weather site, portlandweather.com. Again, check out his podcast on Apple and Spotify. We thank Todd for his sponsorship. Okay, what's going on? Here's the water vapor imagery. Cooler weather coming in today, but still outside of some mist, or we've had light precip along the coast this morning in a marine layer. Otherwise, we're dry. And the only thing I'm really watching, see back in here, there's a developing upper level low. There are signs we're going to see a colder low drop in this coming weekend. But all this cloudiness, the next weather system you're seeing on water vapor imagery back here, we're going to see midweek ridging, which will push this up to the north and leave the majority of our region completely dry with some warming temperatures as we get going. I mentioned we have seen a pretty solid marine deck along the coast of Oregon this morning and up into Washington. Plenty of reports of some light moisture with that. What you're looking at here is the Gearhart by the Sea resort camera up in Gearhart. That's the base of Tillamook Head, and then Seaside would sit back in here, all socked in. And again, you can see the roads look a little wet there, right, up in Gearhart. So definitely it's been kind of a cloudy, light moisture marine kind of start to our day along the coast. I think there will be partial clearing of the marine deck as we get going through the day. Maybe not all areas will clear out. And any cloudiness inland, I think, will be completely gone by noon today, as this will be remembered primarily as a mostly sunny, pleasant Monday. I've got Portland and Salem right about 70 to slightly warmer today. And then this is tomorrow. I want to show you the temperature trend. So this national blended model from the Weather Service, I think a lot of these numbers are too cool. Like they've got 74 tomorrow. I think we could be more like 76, 78. But you get the idea. It's really comfortable. 70, 71 up in Seattle, 50s and 60s at the coast, some low 80s out in the Columbia Basin. And then as I just play this into Wednesday, now Wednesday into Thursday, we have expected warming. And again, I think my numbers that I have are a little bit warmer than what this output is. This output still shows upper 70s on Wednesday and low to mid 70s on Thursday. I think both Wednesday and Thursday in Portland hit 80, for example. 70 up around Seattle. There's the warmer weather out in the Columbia Basin, nearing 90 degrees maybe on Thursday, 87 down in southwestern Oregon. So again, you get the idea. Comfortable start, a little warmer midweek. And then we cool down on Friday. Look at this Friday cooling coming in, back down to the 60s or low 70s in the Willamette Valley and 60s up in Seattle. And that's going to lead us into a decent rain chance as we get going into Saturday and Sunday. And this doesn't show you much, but I do want to show you what some of the models are showing. This is the American GFS model. So outside of some light rain up around the Canadian border and maybe some light traceable rain amounts in the coming days, mainly in the morning up in Washington, we're pretty much dry. So I just want to show you, see the green expand as we go into Saturday, and this is through Sunday. So if you have weekend plans, the modeling is not biting on a ton of rain right now, but they are biting on, there's a decent rain chance from Portland to the north, much lesser from Portland to the south. I don't think the models have really decided what they're going to do. There are some models that very aggressively drop an upper level low over us on Saturday, which will be likely rain here in the Portland, Vancouver area, and certainly much of Washington. So we'll keep an eye on that for the time. And then there are other systems to follow. So look at these other systems to follow. Now, this shows some pretty decent soaking rains of a quarter of an inch or so around Portland, 3/10 along the coast, maybe a quarter of an inch of rain up in Seattle, some rain out across the Blue Mountains. This is the Monday, Tuesday of next week. So I know we have a lot of dry weather upcoming this week, but there is rain out there. We will get some more rain this month. And all the indications are that any more warm weather this month will be fairly brief, kind of a brief hit of some heat like we had last Friday and Saturday. Here's a look real quick at what the upper level flow pattern. This is the same model I just showed you, the American GFS. Here's the warm ridging on Wednesday afternoon, also Thursday. That I think we'll get Portland back up into the 80s. And then right in here, this is Friday. See, there's colder systems dropping into Missouri, cold low up in central Canada. This is the kind of the back end trough that starts to cool us down on Friday. And does that back end, some of the models take that back end trough and drop a low over Saturday. Now, this one showed that yesterday, but now it's keeping the cool air north and off to our east. So that hasn't really been decided yet for the weekend. But here's another system that this particular American GFS model loves. This is Tuesday of next week. I mean, that's snow levels down to 4,000 feet, likely rain. So we'll see. We'll see if we get that first system this weekend or if we wait until next week to get some rain. I will share with you that the outlooks from NOAA and the National Weather Service are doubling down on the average temperature. Doesn't mean we're not going to have a hot day coming up, but the average over the next couple of weeks is normal to below normal. This is May 18th to the 22nd in gray shading. That's Oregon and Washington, near normal temps, not a lot of rainfall. But then you add on to that, now we're May 20th through the 26th, almost through the end of the month. And much of Oregon and Washington in that below normal temperature average. And again, not a lot of rain, but it certainly holds off the fact that any heat will be short-lived in the coming days. A reminder that it's not 80 in Salem on this Monday morning, so that station at McNary Field is still not functioning correctly. Medford 61. And with the rain chances this week being better up in Washington than Oregon, the back half of this week, it makes sense that Medford will be all sunny. And in fact, that warming midweek, 89 Wednesday, 89 on Thursday. Let's go up to the north and let's click on Seattle, where it's 54 this morning. A lot of clouds up there today, 63, 70 tomorrow. The warmer weather, 74 Wednesday, 72 Thursday. And then interesting that right now the Weather Service is not putting rain in the forecast up in Seattle, but watch Saturday or Sunday. I really feel like the odds at least favor in Washington. Some rain shower activity with clouds and cooler weather for this coming weekend. Not set in stone yet. Here's Bend at 63 this morning, 72 tomorrow. Makes sense that Central Oregon is certainly dry through Friday, 83 on Thursday. Just beautiful weather in Bend. Let's see what Newport's showing. Pretty much dry weather. Again, for the weekend, I don't think the models have decided. A lot of these National Weather Service forecasts that I auto plug into here are not showing a rain chance, but I do believe there's a rain chance, at least for now, to watch for this coming weekend. What about up on the mountain? There's Government Camp at 48 degrees this morning. Temperature today, 57 at pass level. We've got nearing 70 on Wednesday. A reminder that this coming weekend is the final weekend of operations for Mount Hood Meadows. Right now, Timberline 130 inches on the ground at their base, 96 at Meadows, and 36 inches on the ground at Ski Bowl at 5,000 feet there. You can see at low elevation at Ski Bowl, 4,000 feet. There's obviously nothing on the ground. And real quick, my 7-day forecast on this Monday for Portland, courtesy of Hazelville Tire Pros. Sunshine this afternoon, 73. There's the warming midweek, 84, 84. The cool down Friday. And for now, I may have to change this, but I'm liking a rain chance on Saturday and a lesser rain chance on Sunday. Again, that's not set in stone. We talked about that. Hopeful of getting some rain at least into the first part of next week. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. Thanks for watching my channel, and I'll talk to you soon.